Hello, good evening, my beautiful people. I think that you are all taking good like I do. As normally, I am Josue Ishimwe, of course, a proud student at Kigali Independent University in the College of Education. Yeah, I'm specializing in English and French with education, and I consider myself to be a literary man by the different factors that I am not here to mention. I did literature in high school. So, I said in our introduction, today we have organized a very impressive subject that we're gonna study through this YouTube channel of ours, which is called the Tuganire TV. So let us get started. First of all, we should know what does it mean by the term literature. What is the definition of literature? I think each and everyone can easily define literature. So literature, it's like a mirror of society, something that we can use to see ourselves. Yes, if I really want to see about myself, I can use literature. I can use literary works, the different literary works. So literature etymologically comes from the Latin word. Mu Kinyarwanda literature ni ubuvanganzo. Literature mu kuba ubuvanganzo tugira indimi zitandukanye. Of course there is the literature in English, ubuvanganzo mu Cyongereza, there is literature in French, ubuvanganzo mu Gifaransa, literature in Swahili as well. Today we are discussing about literature in English. Yes, umunsi turuganira ku buvanganzo bwo mu Cyongereza, of course. Twabonye definition cyangwa ubusobanuro bw'ubuvanganzo mu Cyongereza bwa literature, ko ari ijambo ryaturutse mu rurimi rw'Ikilatini rikaba rivuga ko cyangwa se ryitwa literary, bigasobanura it means a knowledge of writing. Yes, it can be preserved as a written material. There's no literature without writing. There's no literature without creativity. Yes, if we really want to see ourselves, we can use literature. So also the short definition of literature defines as the branch of a branch of art that talk about a man in his social, economics, political experience. Yeah. Ubwo ngubwo ndakeka literature we can easily define it, because we normally know that it's a mirror of society, ni ikirahure cya society aho umuntu yakirebamo. Yeah, it's a branch of man, ni nk'ishami ry'umuntu cyangwa se yes, ishami ry'indorerwamo y'umuntu, ikaba ishami ry'umuntu, ushobora kuvuga ku buzima bw'umuntu, imibereho yiwe, mu bukungu, muri ibyo asabana n'abantu. Yes, that is it. So literature has different genres. Let's talk about genres of literature. There are three genres of literature. Hari ingeri eshatu z'ubuvanganzo. There is prose, there is poetry, there is drama. Prose, it is a form of one of genres of literature which means to be written on papers, divided into chapters. Yes, it means to be written on papers, divided into chapters. The line in prose are called stanza. No, are called the paragraph. It has the character. I mean the example of literary, the works of example of prose, which is maybe, let us take an example like a novel. A novel, it's an example of prose. We have the novel. Ni inyandiko ndende iba ifite yanditse ku rupapuro, ikaba igabanyije igabanyije mu macapita atandukanye mu bice bigiye bitandukanye, ikaba ifite fimu cyangwa se igitekerezo cy'ingenzi kiri kuganirwaho kirenze kimwe. It has two or more central idea. Ikagira conflict resolution n'ibindi. So uwandika iyo nkuru akitwa a writer, umwanditsi w'inkuru akitwa a writer. Noneho hakaba n'umubara nkuru bamwita narrator. Okay, umwanditsi w'ibara nkuru bamwita narrator, umuntu uri kubara inkuru. They can ask you the persona, umukina nkuru, character, persona, but persona normally we use it in poetry. So let's back to the poetry. Poetry, it is the second genre of literature which meant to be written on paper but divided into it is not into chapters, but the line in poetry are called stanza, ibika. So example for poetry are poem. Yes, in poem imirongo yo muri poem ni nk'igisigo. Mu gisigo tubonamo kiba kigizwe n'imirongo. Guys, kiba kigizwe n'imirongo. Ntago mu gisigo ntago dusangamo paragraph. Muri poem nta paragraph zibamo, ahubwo haba harimo lines that makes stanza. Imirongo yo muri poetry ya mu busizi dusangamo nyine iyo ikora stanza, ikora igika, abari nk'agaka. Yes, ntago ari nka paragraph dusanga muri prose ni inyandiko ndende, mu gihe poetry aba ari ibintu by'imivugo dusangamo imirongo ikabikora stanza. Umukina nkuru wawo bakamwita persona, yo ishobora gusanga nayo ifite fimu, something like that. Ikindi, it doesn't, I repeat this, it doesn't follow grammatical rule. Ntabwo ikurikiza amategeko y'ikibonezamvugo. I'm saying that in poetry we never use grammar. There is no problem. You never mind about grammar rule. In poetry, I'm saying, in poetry there is no need of grammatic rule. It doesn't follow grammatical rule. Mu gihe muri prose follows grammatical rule. There is no prose without grammatical rule. Muri prose mu nyandiko ndende uba ugomba kwandika ugakurikiza mu buryo bw'inyandiko ndende. Muri prose aho tuvuga kwibanda ku cyo bita amategeko, ukamenya gukoresha those kind of punctuation, what and what. Yes, those grammar, you know them. So let's back to the last one, which is drama. It's also the last genres of literature which meant to be performed on stage before the audience. It's about to play someone's experience. Yes, when someone gets interest to express his personal experience. Yes, experience of someone. I can go in front of different people, I pray. Those people are called the audience. Me, I am the actor. Yes, I am performing on stage because it's a definition, drama, it's meant to be defined. It's just, the other genres of literature which meant to be performed on stage before the audience. It has a side, it has psychology, soliloquy, it has monologue, yes, it has what we call prologue. Yes, the example of drama are plays. Yes, plays, theatre. There are also types of drama. Comedy drama, there is romance, there is regio drama, there is tragedy. I will just take the other time to explain this, the types of comedy and what. So I think you have got me right. You have got me right for those three forms of three genres of literature. So let's take the example from the literary works that are taught from P5 secondary school up to university level. For prose, we do have novels. Novel, there is A Man of the People by A Man of the People by by Chinua Achebe, the man from Nigeria. There is a Mine Boy by Peter Abraham from South Africa. There is also short story. For short story, we do have When the Sun Goes Down. We do have the Myth of Kigwa. We do have a lot. So poetry, we have also the different examples that you cannot fail to mention. There is a poem. In a poem, we have a freedom. We have If You Must Die. We have I Speak for Bash. I have by I Speak for the Bash by Bavugemhore, the Rwandan man. Yes. We have Atiano. We have the graceful cannot become a monkey. Agasumba shamba, the graceful giraffe. Keza kinyarigenge cyose kishanje nawe kakigira nk'inkende ngo bikunde. It's for Okedi Bibiteke, the man from Uganda. There are a lot of poem. There are a lot of poem. We just take a time to explain each and every poem. So let us also talk about categories of literature. So in categories of literature, there is social literature, there is academic literature, there is electronic literature. Let's talk about the first three. The first three categories of literature. So let me get started about academic literature. Academic literature, it's a kind of literature which are taught from high school to university level. Yes, those are things that we are studying in the literature subject from high school, yes, up to university. It's what you call academic literature. Yeah, is the literature which are taught academically in classroom environment, in classroom setting. There is those literary works like A Man of the People, Mine Boy, The Cruise Ship Boy, and Enemy of the People, The Kukashan Chuka Cycle, The Peer. You know, so those are the examples of academic literature. Let's back to social literature. Social literature, it's a kind of literature which are taught, or what the literature that we got from the outside of school. Yes, outside of schools, I can say. Literature which taught outside of schools. Ubuvanganzo bwigishwa hanze yo kwishuri. Academic literature twabonye yuko rwavanganzo bwigishwa mu ishuri, dusanga zandiko ya mivugo za poem byandi byose twigishwa muri literature duhereye muri secondaire kugera muri university. It's called academic literature. And now for social literature, ni bya bindi twigira bw'abavanganzo twigira hanze. You can read the newspapers, sho gusoma imvaho, sho kujya hanze ahantu habereye conference, ibintu bitandukanye ukagira ibyo uhigira. Sho kujya ahantu barimo barabumba. There's a work of literature, those are things you learn outside of class. It's what you call social literature. Yeah. There is also what you call electronic literature. Electronic literature, it's literature, forms of literature. Okay, no, one of the categories of literature which are documented electronically. Nibwo buvanganzo bwo bubitse mu bintu by'ikoranabuhanga bubitse ahantu. You can have your flash disk, ukaba ufite nk'ikiganiro, ukaba ufite nk'inkuru y'umuntu runaka, memory card, flash and what bwa buvanganzo bubitse ahantu buri coding that are recorded, that are documented electronically. Bwa buvanganzo ushobora gushyiramo nyine electronically ukaba wabwumva, electronic literature. The other types of literature that we talk about them, there is historical literature, there is what you will talk about that. There is also forms of literature. Forms of literature are two main forms of literature. There is the oral literature and the written literature. Oral literature, it's about a literature which meant to be spoken throughout the world, mouth by mouth. Yes, I can talk to you, I can give you what we call folk tales, I can use those tongue twisters and so on and so forth. Those are things that we speak. Those are literature which are passing throughout our mouths, which are not recorded, which are not documented anyway at any time. That is what you call oral literature. The other forms of literature, it's what you call written literature. Written literature, mbere oral literature ni ubuvanganzo bunyuze mu kumunwa, ubuvanganzo nyine bunyuze ku byo umuntu avuga, ku biganiro, ushobora gukoresha gutera imigani, ushobora kuvuga ibisakuzo, ushobora kuvuga amagorane, ibyo bintu uvuga ukoresheje mu mouth by mouth. Iyo niyo bita oral literature. There is also written literature. Written literature, you can hear there is writing. So it is something, it's those literature which are documented, which are written on papers. Aribo twabonye nyine ya mivugo, those songs which are written, those literary works like Man of the People, In the Name of the People, the Crucible, the P, the Caucasian Chuka Cycle, essays, paragraph, and stuff. No. But autobiography, biography, those are the kind of writing literature. Yes. So you can ask yourself, why do we study literature? This is the question that you guys should ask yourself. What after understood, after getting the information explained about literature, you can ask yourself, why do we study literature? Why should literature should be kept into consideration? Literature, it sharpens our mind. It gives us a reason to think. It makes man to be a critical thinker. It teaches us to be a literate. It's all about literacy. When you good in literature, you can gain different vocabularies. How are they written? How are they pronounced? Yes, rhythm and intonation. Yes, stress, distress, stress devourer, non-stress devourer, consonant stress. Those are things. You guys, literature is something good. Literature is very crucial. Literature is very, very trial. We should consider about it. Yes. Ushobora kwibaza ngo ese ubuvanganzo kuki tubwiga? Kwiga ubuvanganzo kugira ngo budufashe, it sharpens our mind. Bishobora gutyaza ubwenge bwacu. It gives us knowledge of writing, reading. It gives us reasonable thinking. When you are a literary man, you are good in analyzing. You can analyze, you can interpret. So in literature, we do use the different poetic devices, literary devices. I can use what you call euphemism yoroshya mvugo mu Kinyarwanda. I can say that my grandfather has passed away. Instead of saying that my father died, my father yapfuye. This is the things that if people are hearing this, they may just have the other feeling. They may be frustrated, but you can easily say that my grandfather has passed away. My grandfather has kicked the bucket. To kick the bucket, did you hear that? My grandfather, even you can say my grandna, my grandna has kicked the bucket. To kick the bucket, to kick the bucket. Did you hear that? It's what you call literary devices. So ibyo ngibyo nibyo bita imizimizo. Muri literature shobora gukoresha imvugo, hari gukoresha ururimi mu buryo busa ubuhanga. That is why literature is very important. Literature, you can use what you call methonymy. You can say I speak for brush. There is one of the poem that I like. I speak for brush. Ngo ndimo ngo ndabwira abanyagihuru. I am not saying brush of some way ahantu h'igihuru. I am saying the people who are from a rural area. Yes, who are not civilized. I advise you to go and read that poem. It is very good. I did it in my national examination. It was very good for me. And there is different poem. Each and every poem has literary devices, has the theme. Yes. So I can use what you call Sainokodoki when I say that maybe the Ierika team has passed the exam. When there is only one class or one learner who passed the exam, but I can gukoresha ngo abanyeshuri bo muri Ierika batsinze ikizami kandi ari umuntu umwe watsinze yabonye wenda 9 point. Abanyeshuri muri Ierika baratsinda because of I'm seeing I am just seeing this one who is scoring for these good marks, and I can easily say that Ierika Zirena are the best performer. Yeah, that is it. So it's what you call Sainokodoki. Gufata agace k'ikintu runaka ukagakoresha uvuga ikindi kintu gitandukanye. Mu ikipe yo mu Rwanda rwatsinze kandi hakinye ikipe imwe y'Amavubi, my dear friends. The Rwandan are the better player. Kandi ni ikipe imwe ya Rwanda rwatsinze. Whenever you can see the national flag somewhere, this is the Rwanda. That is what you call there is a symbolism, there is a personification. You can say that there is the one of literary work that I like a lot. And I still like it. It's called The Animal Farm by George Orwell. There is personification. Personification, it's about to use human characters, human experience to human being. Yes, aho hantu fata imigirire ya muntu ukahereza umuntu utari umuntu. So that book is talking about the animal rebellion. Can animal do liberation? Can animal do liberation, my dear friends? Yes, I advise you to go and read that book. It is very good. It is very crucial. It is very constructive. You get more knowledge from that book. Yes. That book, it's also what you call allegory. Allegory, it's the other literary device which are being used more. Which are being used day by day in literary works. Allegory, it's all about using of concept ideas, themes, the use of obstacle ideas, themes, characters, setting that has the symbolical to the history. So ni handu usanga gukoresha nk'ibi obstacle ideas, igitekerezo kitagaragara, kitumvikana, abakaragita batabayeho, batanagaragara, urumva abakaragita batabayeho, imagination, setting ahantu hatabayeho, yumva n'ibintu bitabayeho ariko ufite ibintu biri gusymbolizing. Niyo mpamvu kiriya gitabo Animal Farm George Orwell yagikoresha ashaka kugaragaza icyo bita there is racial revolution yabaye after second world war, habaye intambara ya kabiri y'isi. Tuzaganira ku iki gitabo. Habaye intambara ya kabiri y'isi, bamaze gutsindwa, it is racial revolution, bamaze gutsindwa nyine, umuyobozi wari ubayoboye abakandamiza cyane. That guy yarabakandamizaga cyane, akandamiza bagenzi biwe. Niyo mpamvu bamukoresha symbolizing aho bita Joseph Stein na Nicolas Tsare. Uwo Nicolas Tsare yayoboraga abo bantu nyine bakandamiza. Noneho bamukoresha nka symbolization kuko bagaragaza byabaye nyuma y'intambara ya kabiri y'isi mu gufata ubwigenge kwa Russia, you know, bakoresha muri animal farm bakoresheje uwo bita Mr. John. Mr. John ngo no uyoboye farm mbere ko biba minor farm. This book we discuss about it. Yeah, we discuss about it. Don't ever give up about this. I'm just giving you few for that. So go George Orwell yakoresheje Mr. John ashaka kugaragaza bita Jose Nicolas Tsar wari perezida wari uyoboye abo ngabo bakandamiza agakoresha nayo bita Skira nawe nk'umuvugizi wari ukuvugira Napoleon kuko Napoleon nawe yayungirije. Napoleon yakoreshejwemo hariya agaragaza nde wa muntu, sibyo, agaragaza Nicolas Tsar. Nono akagira umuvugizi bitaga Skira. Kimwe nuko nawe Nicolas Tsar nawe afite umuvugizi bamwitaga nde Joseph Stein. Yeah, you know those things are symbolic. That is why we call it as allegory. Using animal farm, inkuru y'inyamaswa, personification, what and what. Yes, we talk about that. And setting, you know guys, setting it's about where and when the story takes place. There is the different types of setting. There is what you call history setting, social setting, environmental setting, you know, political setting, culture setting, you know. Setting ubwayo ni ahantu n'igihe inkuru yabereye. Ahantu n'igihe inkuru yabereye hazamo umwaka, hari sangahe, ese hari hehe. Like when we are saying about let us use this social setting. Shokuvuga ati ni yabire ese hari ku cyambu, ese hari mu mujyi, the specific location where the story takes place. Ese hari kuri stade, social setting. Hari habaye ikisi, hari sangahe, the place where and the time. Culture setting, ese ni traditional yabo ni yihe, you know. Ese bari bafitiye imyemerere, behaviors, that is it. Ese nimba ari inkuru yabereye muri Africa, what was the tribe, what was what and what, that is it. Culture setting. There is what you call political setting. Kuri political setting, ese bari bafitiye bari muri, you know guys, that is it. You guys, political setting. And again, then there is what you call historical setting. Historical setting refer to the period where the story takes place. Nko muri literary works zo muri Africa zino za abantu ba Pan Africa bacu bo muri Africa bano banditsi zo zibanaga kuri colonization. Zibanaga kuki ku bukoloni, nyuma y'ubukoloni, imbere y'ubukoloni, post colonial, peri-colonial, mu bukoloni. Yes, iyo ngiyo niyo bita historical setting. None zira zo muri America nkaza George Orwell, Tamira the Crucible, the Caucasian and Sugar Cycle, so the Bertrand Brecht bakoresha refer to the before the Second World War, after Second World War, bagendera ku ntambara y'isi. Yes, that is it. There is too much literary device you talk about. There is what you call foreshadowing, flashback, there is assonance, there is consonant, there is rhyme, there is rhythm, there is a lot. So dear friends, I advise you guys to don't ever lose your chance, don't ever lose your benefit to get in touch. Let us meet on this channel. We will notify you once we publish a subject through this channel so that you can follow us. And we would like to recommend you to take your time, giving us the time, see, watch our lesson which are going to pass through this YouTube channel day by day. Don't ever give up to following us, and we want you to share our video to the different learners, share to whom it may concern. make sure you subscribe, make sure you comment. Yes, you just leave you just commenters please in the comment section, subscribers, commenters, and you may show us where you can just proceed, where you can just bring up with the other information, the ideas, when we should come back. Yeah, that is it. Thank you very much for your time. It was such a pleasure to have you, my beautiful people. I love you guys. Yeah, mwah.